Yes, people, wifey boy, and welcome back to Arsenal Transfer News Roundup, the series where we round up all the news surrounding Arsenal in the transfer window. With 2 weeks left, they need to really pull their socks up. I'm talking Edu, Arteta, Vinay, Kroenke, whoever's involved. Literally, please do something with 2 weeks left because our squad is not good enough to compete. As always, go through 3 main stories. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on the stories that I provide, whether you think they'll happen, whether you think they won't happen, any other signings you'd like to see. And while you're down there, please consider subscribing on my road to 500. So, I'm going to start with the main one. Big boy AFC Bell, the kings of Arsenal Twitter, have tweeted Arsenal will ramp up their efforts this week and the remainder of the summer transfer market in their bid to sign James Maddison. Official communication between clubs is expected to gain upward momentum very soon. The play lining is anticipating the outcome of the conversations with a high degree of interest. So, in layman's terms, Maddison to Arsenal, there is some concrete evidence there. Will it happen? Look, who knows, man. I do see this one drawing out towards the end of the transfer window because he's an expensive player. And as I said in previous videos with Maddison, I've addressed him a lot. Leicester hold all the power here. He's got a long-term contract, and Leicester are a very smart and efficient club. They know that if you want one of their players, you've got to sell to our terms. We ain't going to give him away for 20-30% off of what he should be. We're getting him for the value he's worth and sometimes even more. They milked out 80 million for Maguire. They milked out 50 for Chilwell, and they'll do it again. They will do it again with Maddison. Like, look at us, man. We sold Willock for 22 million when we had all the power over Newcastle. Sure, Willock may have wanted to left, but Willock would have been happy to stay at Arsenal and play some games, I reckon. If Leicester were selling Willock, they would have got at least 30 million from him, and I'm confident in that. So we really need to be savvy in our business, but we do need to sign a creative player like him. Like, look against Brentford, we could not break them down. Emil Smith-Rowe on his ones is not enough. We need another creator on the pitch. And if he gets injured, then just lock off the season because we're finished. It's going to be like last season, November period, where we just could not win any games. So if AFC Bell's tweeting about it, and that's positive news, looks like Arsenal get involved, and looks like he's our number one target above Martin Odegaard, who, of course, is an alternative. So let me know what you think about this. And would you like James Maddison to join Arsenal? I'd love for it to happen. But let's move on to another one. Second one we're talking about is a brand new story that kind of came out of nowhere recently. And that is a swap deal with broke Barca and Arsenal involving Aubameyang and Philippe Coutinho. Yes, so Aubameyang, who of course is absolutely amazing striker who has just not been on form recently this season and last season. Don't know what's happened with him. Since he signed a contract, he's just turned into a different player. And now apparently Barca are interested in him. They're interested in all the old players apparently, and they're offering us Philippe Coutinho. Now, this I really want to hear what you lot think about because the fan base is split on this. I've seen loads of people like, yeah, let's do this. I've seen loads of people like, no, don't do this. It's a weird one, man, because I remember watching Coutinho for Liverpool, and he was an absolute animal there, man. His long shots were amazing. His passing was amazing. And you know what? He's someone we really need. This deal draws very close comparisons for me with James Rodriguez to Everton, because obviously James had an amazing World Cup in Brazil. Went to Real Madrid, didn't really materialise. He didn't really do as well as we all expected there. Then he came to Everton last season. At the start of last season, he was literally doing amazing. It was a breath of fresh air. Of course, he got injured and it kind of soured off from them. But he started well, and look, it's a similar. We know he's proven in the Premier League he's done it. Has he still got the hunger? Has he still got the fitness? That is the major question. But we need players that can shoot outside the box. You saw against Brentford on Friday the amount of times we had to shoot out the box because we couldn't break them down. And the players shooting out the box were Tavares, Lokonga, Tierney, and it just was going wide or straight into the keeper's gloves. We need an absolute long shot specialist like Coutinho, and when we have one of those, the defenders have to give him respect. They have to close him down quicker, which means if a defender steps out to stop Coutinho's long shot, that's spacing behind for our strikers. Saka, Pepe, literally a joy to play around. If we can have someone like Coutinho that can offer that threat from long shots and from passing, wow, it adds a brand new dynamic to this team. He's someone that can definitely help the rest of the players, even if he himself is not the best version of himself. You get what I mean? He still commands that respect that will help players around him. So yeah, me personally, I'd like to see this still happen. I think Aubameyang is past it. Because I don't think he's going to... Look, he can always come back to form. But he's 32. You don't stop aging. Even if he comes back to form, it'll be for, 6-7 months? Because then he hits 33. Then he hits 34. Then he hits 35. And then what? So we're still going to expect him to come back to form. I think he's past it. And if they're offering a player like Coutinho in response, then I'll take it. Aubameyang's on £350,000 a week. He's on big wages. I don't know how much money we're expecting to get from him, especially with Arsenal's transfer dealings. The people in charge of the club, we probably get 10 million for him max. So if we can get Coutinho in return, still young Coutinho, not even in his 30s yet, I'd defo take this deal in my opinion. But let me know what you think, because this fan base are very split on it. I'm finally going to talk about Aaron Ramsdale, man. Oh my days, this one's dragging on and on. The Sheffield United keeper being linked to Arsenal again. Arsenal realised the Instagram page, which actually is very reliable, to be fair. Like, they give great news. They said, just to reiterate again, Arsenal haven't yet completely pulled out Ramsdale talk, so there is some talking there, and are reluctant to pay Sheffield United's asking price. Their reluctance to lower it has made negotiations very difficult. Clubs way apart on the fee, so we've just stalled. That's what they do in transfer window. You stall and you look at other targets and wait for someone to budge in it. It's like a Wild West shootout. Like, who's gonna budge first? And how I see it is, Sheffield United apparently want 40 million. We're offering 25 million. There's 15 million apart, and no one wants to make up ground. So it's one of those. I do not want this deal to happen for 25 million or 40 million, to be fair. I want us to pull out completely. I'd rather we look at other keepers. Like, maybe even Johnstone from West Brom I'd prefer. Onana, obviously, is my absolute target. He's my dream that we sign this geezer from Ajax. But look, who knows? We don't even looking at him right now, apparently. So who knows? But with the Ramsdale talks, I'm providing the news of it, and it says that, look, there was brand new breaking news recently as well that Arsenal want to up their bid to 28 million, which is 12 million off. But look, if Sheffield, I don't know what's worse, the fact that we're bidding this much for him, or that Sheffield United declining it, because we're looking at these homegrown players, but don't look at homegrown players for the sake of it, man, because Ramsdale seems very mistake prone. Yeah, he's still young, he's got potential, but I'd rather us go for someone like Onana, because you can't have all these potential players in your squad. You need some veteran leadership, you need some experience in the team, and we need an upgrade on Leno. If we're going to sign a goalkeeper, sign an upgrade. Don't sign a 28 million backup. We're not Man City where we can drop 30 million on a backup player. If we're going to spend the money, I'd rather spend the money on a position we need on the pitch, a starter like James Maddison, like a starting right back, for example. Not even had any talks over right backs recently. That's a position we really need to address. But yeah, that's just the news provided on Ramsdale. It looks like Arsenal not yet fully pulled out, and they're still remaining in contact. So all you lot celebrated like me when it came through that Arsenal no longer in talks with Ramsdale. Hold your horses, because we're still there. But yeah, that's just been the three main stories for today about Arsenal. Let me know what you think. Let me know any other stories you've heard, and what deals you think Arsenal complete with the 2 weeks left of the transfer window. I've been OneFootball, and I'll see you guys in the next video.